Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at the S&P. This is the futures contract, so think SPX off a little bit. And this is what I use to kind of like track the market. And it's just knowing what it's where it's at in its cycle and its pattern and its breakout and its breakdown helps trading in general. So even if I don't trade it, it helps gauge what the overall picture looks like. For example, if I'm bullish, whatever stock, pick one, Twilio, Boeing, something boring, I don't know, Chevron, I have to consider what is going on with the market, because if I see upside in Apple, chances are it's not going to rally all by itself. If the whole market is falling, odds are it's going to be difficult for Apple to hit my upside targets. So if I bought calls, I'd be wasting my money. So I'm not saying I can time the market because I don't know which way it's going to go, but I do know how to plot a path. For example, this is the S&P with no help, right? So every morning I chart a path for the day, and it helps me know what's going on and guide my efforts. So today was a perfect example. Today is 10:14. We had a bad day in the market, and everybody's treating it like it's a colossal, oh my God, where did this come from? First of all, a couple of days ago, we found out that all the brokerage houses are actually changing the way they evaluate risk, so they're tightening the margins, so making room for the margins for bigger volatility. That tells me that the quote, the real market, the actual freaking markets, the brokers, are expecting volatility, so I should too. And I noted that if you're buying calls, know that you're buying into that environment, and sure enough, a couple of red days thereafter. So it's not a surprise from that perspective. But the point of this video is to tell you that you cannot just trade willy-nilly. Well, you could, but it's not as good. So any trade you do, any trade I do, I know that there's an opponent on the other side. What? Yeah, I'm not buying stuff off the shelf. Like if I'm buying shares, if I'm buying calls, I'm not buying them off the shelf. Somebody's selling them. So there's an opponent that thinks I'm an idiot for buying them, as I do them. So it is a contest between two parties, me and the other person. So if I have an edge by knowing what the path is going to be, how cool would that be? How much better, and we can do this same stuff on any chart. So I do it for 4 charts in the morning. I do for the S&P, for the NASDAQ, for the Dow, and for the small caps. And I keep expanding this, but I don't want to bombard myself and my readers with that. I try to hone. If I would pick one, I would pick this one. That's it. But other people are interested in the other stuff too. So, so here, back to the point. I knew what to do today, and especially today, I had a difficult day. I had to be in the hospital with a family member, so I couldn't be at my trading desk, right? So I had a tiny screen from my phone, and guess what I did all day? I referred to the chart I shared in the morning with everybody else. I always say I would do these charts for myself, even if I wasn't sending them to readers. But thousands of readers are seeing them, and hopefully it's helping them. It's helping me. So this video is to tell you that you should do the same. You should, before the day starts, if you're an active trader to a degree, or if you're an interested trader or an interested investor, you should plot the time frame you're trading at. If you trade once a week, then you should know before the week starts what the hell is going to happen. What if this, then what? If that, then what? So you can't just hope for the best. All right, so right away, this is a 1-hour chart. No clues, right? Tons of clues. I see tons of clues, and I try to put them in plain, simple lines. So before the day started, I sent out a picture saying, this is the path, and a note. 2 days ago, I drew this box, and I said, we're stuck in it until we're not. And if we're not, then I see the pattern. And I drew the pattern, and it was this red descending one. So I said, I don't know if they're going to go up or down, but I know that if they're going to go up, they're going to follow a path that looks like this. If they're going to go down, they're going to follow a path that looks like that. And here are the triggers. So I knew where the triggers would be. So the note goes out. I'm prepared. Pivot from yesterday, so now support, and it held. So I want you to see this part right here. So this part right here, 5 hours stuck in a doji, meaning indecision. They want it to rally, they want it to fall, and they came back and closed it. They tried it again. They wanted to rally. They tried to fall, and they came back at the same place and closed it. 2 hours. Third hour, same. This one is an unbelievable doji. You can't even see it if I put a plus over it. And same. Rally, nope, come back to where, same. And look at where that is. I drew this ahead of time. I don't have to prove it to you because it's on record out there somewhere. In fact, I probably can get it right here. Okay, so the email is called the Daily Market Edge, and it had this picture in it. See? No prices. Right there is where they stopped. This is where it is right here. So 5 hours of complete indecision, and guess what? Tomorrow, this range is going to come into play. I had 3492 as an important range, line 3492, 90 to 93. Why? Because of this candle, and this area here. And look at this effort, failed exactly into those candles. There's nothing coincidental. These are not coincidences. Look at the tails of these. Look at the stomachs of these. So the charts have a ton of clues, So get prepared every day. Get prepared, and if you don't know how to do this, there are people like me that do it and share it. I'll put a link for mine below. Feel free to go somewhere else. I mean, tons of people that track technical analysis. I do it in plain, simple English because I taught myself. I'm not a Wall Street guy. I'm an engineer who figured this shit out. Excuse my French. So I make mistakes, but one thing I don't make mistakes about is the path, because it is machine-like, literally. You know, algos. Everything is algos. 90% of trading is done by machines, and machines can only act on algorithms, period, end of story. So tell me when it's not algos. That would be unusual, because somebody said, stop machine, let me tell you where to go because I know something you don't. That'll be unusual. But now if everybody throws it, oh, it's algos. Of course it's algos. Everything is algos. So forget about Wall Street. This is Main Street. Get an edge. Otherwise, you're at a disadvantage. So link down below. And it's not $1 bazillion either. So, and another thing. One more thing, Columbo. So what happens? 2 days ago, we were ready for some tough times. Not collapse, but just difficult times. Uncertainty. How about that? Some uncertainty. So now everybody is looking down below, right? Everybody's now looking, oh my God, where are we going? Now, we already know where we're going. So now we look up. And believe you me when I tell you that there's a huge opportunity up. If the bulls buy the dip one more time and get a couple of good days, massive opportunity, like 300 points. You just have to know at what levels. Nick signing out. How about this for a dangler?